What is going on, YouTube? Welcome to the Living Freed channel. My name is Tyler Freed, and in this video, I'm going to be answering some questions that I have gotten recently about my trucking company or the trucking company I work for, Crete Carrier. So I'm going to be answering those questions. These are like recent questions that I've gotten over the last few weeks to a month. So I felt like making another Crete video. I like to do that every couple weeks, maybe a couple times a month, where I update my subscribers on how it's going at Crete. Well, I have been getting a lot of questions about a lot of things. So over the course of the next few videos, I did answer a question in the last video, and that is what I'm going to be doing over the next few videos. Is I'm going to be cherry picking questions that really have to do with one subject. So like the next video I do, I'm going to answer financial questions. People ask me all the time, hey, what do you invest in? How could you become a millionaire in 10 years? Like I've mentioned in a previous video, how you could become a millionaire as a truck driver in 10 years. Well, I'm going to make a video talking about that and also other financial questions. Well, in this one, I'm going to be answering a lot of the questions that I've gotten recently about Crete. I find it easier to respond to questions by speaking. It's a lot easier than just like typing back a response. It's better for me to elaborate and answer these questions by me speaking. So that is what I'm doing with this video and answering questions about Crete Carrier. So let me get right into it. So question number one is, what does your schedule look like with Crete? Well, I'm all 48, okay? So if you are OTR, all 48 states, the schedule is 21 days out, 3.5 days off, really 4 days off. So if you stay out 21 days, you will get 4 days off. That is your schedule. But for every 6 days that you're out, you earn a day off. So if you stay out 24 days, you'll get 4.5, well, really 5 days off. That's your earned time. So if you want to stay out, say 30 days, you earn 5.5 days off. You get the picture. But the minimum is 21 days out, 3.5 days off. That is if you are all 48. Now, that being said, a lot of times I get home every like 19 days, but most of the time I do stay out longer than the 21 days so that I can be home on a weekend. That's how I plan out my home time, is where I'm routed home on a weekend. Now, sometimes I'm routed home in 21 days, and that is on a weekend. But if I only have to stay out like an extra 3 days so that I could be home like Friday through Monday, I would rather do that because my wife is off and the rest of my family is off. So it makes the home time a lot better, being that I can do things with my family. So that's pretty much it for me as all 48 over the road. Now, I'm going to answer this question about like dedicated and regional. Crete has so many different divisions. Okay, I get asked all the time, like, hey, I live in California. Hey, I live in Pennsylvania. Hey, I live here. I live there. What do you know about this lane? Look, it's impossible for me to answer questions about particular like dedicated routes or regional divisions because I'm OTR. That is what I do. There's so many different dedicated lanes. They have Walmart dedicated, Costco, I believe they have Lowe's. They have so many different just straight up dedicated routes. Like, for example, out of Texas, they have Texas, Colorado, Texas, Utah, Texas, California, Texas, Arizona, and back. Like, they have so many. They have OTR divisions where you only run the western part of the country or the eastern part of the country. They have regional. So if you're really interested in Crete and you have a question about a particular region that you live in, a particular area or lane, and the home time associated with those lanes, because the home time is totally different with dedicated lanes. Like, there's dedicated lanes where you run 5 days and you're back for 2 days. There's dedicated lanes where you run 12 days on, 3 days off. So you have to call the recruiter. If you're really interested, call the recruiter and ask them your questions. So do they decide your schedule? No. So what does your schedule look like? And he asks, do they decide your schedule? Well, I just told you they kind of decide your schedule in a way, like they have their minimum time you have to stay out, minimum time you can stay home. So, how much experience do you need? Well, they are looking for drivers with a year or more experience. However, they will hire you with under a year of experience. They will hire you with under a year. Now, if you have less than 6 months of experience, I believe they're going to make you go through training. They do not have a school here. You can't come to Crete and go through a school and get trained and then get into a truck. You have to have your CDL already to come to Crete and work for Crete. Now, if you have less than 6 months of experience, do expect to go out with a trainer. If you have even more than 6 months, like between 6 and a year, they may make you go out with a trainer depending on if you have any accidents on your history or any tickets or anything. They may make you go out with a trainer. So you got to call the recruiter, tell them about your situation, and they will let you know the deal. But yes, they do hire rookie truck drivers. They do. What type of drug test do they do? Well, my answer to that is it shouldn't matter what drug test they do, okay? But they do hair follicle. So if you've done any drugs in the last 6 months, don't even think about signing up for Crete. Really, don't even think about signing up for any trucking company, because these drug tests are very strong and they can detect drugs back like 6 to 9 months. So if you're not clean, don't even think about getting into trucking or coming over to Crete. So can you take the truck home? Yes, you can take the truck home, 100%. They don't let you take the trailer home, so nobody can take trailers home. If you deliver a load and you're going home, they want you to drop that trailer off at the nearest customer or nearest terminal. And yes, you can bobtail home as long as you have a safe place to, secure place to park the truck. You can take the truck home. And then, do they have automatic or manual trucks? They have both. They have automatic and manual. However, I will say the likelihood of you getting a manual is pretty rare unless you ask for one. But most of their trucks are Freightliner. I'll tell you the type of trucks they have. It's Freightliner and Kenworth. They have some Kenworth, but more than likely you're going to get a Freightliner Cascadia. You're most likely not going to get a Kenworth unless you get really lucky. And it's mostly going to be automatic, unless you ask. I don't know if you can ask. If you really want a manual that bad, you can just ask. So, do I recommend Crete for a rookie truck driver? I recommend Crete for anybody looking for a good trucking company to work for. I do. Now, if that means you're at a company, I will say this. If you're in your first year and you have a contract with that company that got you your CDL and got you your training, and you break that contract and you're going to owe the company money, no, I would not recommend you go to Crete, because you need to fulfill that obligation so that you're not fined, so that you're not charged for leaving that company just to go to Crete. Just wait till you hit a year experience and you fulfill your contract and then go. That's what I would say. But if you don't have a contract and you have 3-4 months of experience and you're still a rookie truck driver at that point, yes, I would absolutely recommend Crete for a lot of people, not just a rookie truck driver, but experienced truck drivers. This is a great company. They have so many options. You could do dry van, reefer, flatbed, over the road, regional, local, dedicated, so many different options. If you want to make 6 figures at this company, you can 100% do that. If you want to make, between 70 and 90 grand and be home on weekends, you can do that. Like I said, there's so many different options. If you want to be an owner operator, you can lease on to Crete as well. So can a rookie, this is the last question, can a rookie make 68 cents per mile? Most likely as a rookie, you're probably not going to make 68 cents per mile. Okay, I mean, if you have like 5 or 6 months of experience, I don't know. I honestly don't know, but I don't think in the dry van division you're going to make that. Now, you got to remember, when you're working for Crete, you get a base cents per mile based on your experience. So if you have 1 year of experience, you get this many cents per mile. If you have 5 years, you get this many. They have a range on what they pay, but they also have a 4-cent mileage bonus that they pay out quarterly. As long as you hit 30,000 miles within a quarter, you will earn 4 cents per mile on top of all miles you drove within that quarter. And you got to factor that into your overall pay as well. Okay, don't just look at your base pay, also focus on what they pay you on top of that with that 4 cent mileage bonus. But honestly, it's hard for me to answer what you're going to make at Crete, what your starting pay is going to be, because again, with all the different divisions come different pay scales. Okay, like OTR drivers, all 48 OTR drivers are going to make more per mile than a dedicated lane. A lot of the dedicated lanes, they just are. They pay their OTR drivers more money than they do dedicated lanes. It's not to say you can't make good, decent money dedicated. You can, but you are definitely going to make more money as a driver running all 48 states out 21 days at a time. They reward those people more cents per mile because, well, the sacrifice is bigger. You know, it's a more of a higher demand division than going dedicated. You know, if people could make more money driving 5 days a week versus 7 days a week, they would do that. Well, so the incentive is higher to be over the road. So I just want to be clear about that. But most people, they want to be home, and I get that, 100% get that. Eventually I'm going to do that, and I know that I'll be giving up my cent per mile, or that'll be cut down a little bit so that I can be home more frequently. But that being said, I mean, look, everything in trucking's a trade-off. Whether you come to Crete or any other trucking company, trucking's a trade-off. If you want to make great money, this is a great trucking company to make great money at. If you want to make good money, decent, consistent money, and be home consistently, you can do that. You can do that. This is a great company. I love this company, and the reason I love this company is because there's so many different options, as I just alluded to. Again, dry van, reefer, flatbed. You could even have a local job at Crete, and regional, OTR, dedicated. All the things I just talked about, that is what I like about Crete, is all the different options, and they're flexible. They've gotten me home on time most of the time. The only time I have not been home on time was because of weather delays. That's the only time I haven't been home. And even then, I was home. I was only home like a day late. That's it. So, and they can't control the weather. So it is what it is. But for the most part, I have no complaints about working here at Crete. They leave you alone. They give you the miles. Their operations are amazing. Like their load planning and dispatching is unbelievable. It's great at this company. And I love the abundance of drop and hook. So, you know, I would recommend this company for anybody. If you don't want to work here, you don't have to work here. I'm just sharing my opinion about Crete and sharing the information that I know about Crete. So if you're interested and you want to come over, call the recruiter. If you would like to give me a referral, I would appreciate it. I'm going to leave my driver code in the description below. I really appreciate each and every one of you for watching. I appreciate the people that ask these questions. I'm pretty sure you're going to know who you are that ask these questions. God bless. Thank you for watching, and make sure you stay tuned for the next video, because I am going to be talking about a lot of the finance questions that I get. So make sure you stay tuned for that, and God bless and peace out.